Like right now, it's like with Bernie Sanders, they're saying he's socialist, and that's a bad thing, and it may be in whatever in the retrospect, but
Can we put all that aside? Why can't we just stop looking at what people are or what they're affiliated with
right,
and come down to the basics just be basic.
100%,
Keep it
dude,
simple. Yeah,
100%.
I don't know why people have to get so complicated with their wealth status or they're in Hollywood. Everybody's equal. I don't care who you are, black, white, whatever. We all should be equal.
Right.
Nobody gets anything special.
Yeah, well, no, 100%, dude. I couldn't agree with you anymore if I tried. And so, and the problem is that if we keep, if everyone, if everyone keeps focusing on what the differences are, then, I mean, dude, there's 7 billion people,
Look,
right?
the thing that's shoving down our throat right now is the transgender, the gender verification stuff. That was never something that, we all understood it, back in my day, that is. We didn't, it wasn't in the news like it is now. And it wasn't as,
Well, it's good that you bring that up though, because that's one of the things that Trump and all them are talking about is the fact that, they're transgenders and yada yada. And the thing is though, in your day, you guys were also how close from fucking slavery? Slavery was abolished not how many years before you were born?
well,
You
I
know,
was born in 63
okay. And
and
it was
I can remember when I went to school, the colored people, excuse me, had to
black, so
go.
it's okay to say black people.
Well, I
But
grew up
anyway, I
saying
get it.
colored.
I get it. I get it. But
Anyway, so the colored people were in the back of the bus, and I always felt funny about that. I was like, well, what's going on here? Yeah, and I was the only one guy to date a black girl in my school.
so
Yeah,
yeah, and my dad went to a school that was extremely in a poor neighborhood and it was extremely hard. And he told me a lot of crazy stories. But see, that was my point is that you said, in my day, they never talked about all this. Well, in your day, they still were barely figuring out how to be a little less, I don't know, racist as fuck. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
and so it's just like, well, yeah, time's going to bring change. You know what I mean? It's going to bring
yep.
change. And the problem is that everyone in the fucking office is so old that their generation is never going
That,
to see things the way.
now there you go. We got to clean out the whole shoot caboodles.
Well,
Everybody gets out and start over.
I'm not even
I think
saying
that
that
would
we
be
clean
great.
it out. I think that whole concept is bad too. I think that we need to understand that everyone's been raised and brought up differently. And of course, the people that were raised in the generation that before them had slaves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, check this out. My generation, I think, would agree with me saying that, it's time to leave it to the younger people. But unfortunately, the younger people right now, they're not doing that well
No,
because of, all the stereotype stuff that they're throwing out there.
oh no, I think the generation below me, bro, and I mean, you're born in 61, you said, or 63?
63.
Okay, see, and I was born in 90. So like the generation below me, I think that they know what they're doing. It's just that they've also lost the capability. Every generation below me, every 10 years or so has gotten less capable to be social
Yes,
and understand how
I
to,
noticed that.
oh, it's 100%.
I noticed it too.
And so
You're
like
right.
it's between that's one problem. And then the other
Yep.
problem is that the generations above me are also stuck in their ways. And if you have money, if any of them have money, good fucking luck because those guys aren't ever going to leave office. And if they have any kind of power, they're on that trip, dude. And so like, but
Well,
I think if they all learn to just understand the fact that they're different.
here's the problem. They all have their hands out. Okay. They're in there doing their job, but they also got their hands out. It's very, very obvious that, the whole system is corrupt. It needs to be cleaned up. We need to get in there and find out who is really for the people or who's just collecting a paycheck. And we also have to make some new rules as far as, there's no more this separating any sides. We're all supposed to work together. There's got to be some way that we can bring the people back together. But now that gets into another whole subject that I don't know how freely you want to talk about. And that's the deep state.
No,
They're
yeah.
actually in charge and they're the guys calling the shots. We're just the peons that, you know, we're as good as rats in the cage, my friend.
Hey, don't forget to like this channel, dude. But it's the hearts. And no,
Okay.
and I agree. And I agree that the deep state is definitely a part of it. There's definitely some power and some overuse of that power and corruption and everything. But I'd also argue that everyone at every job, and no matter where the fuck you work, one day out of the month at least, you're going, fuck, I don't want to be here today. You know what I mean? So like, and if you think that that changes with any kind of income, I doubt it. You know what I mean? So
Well, did you know that they just raised the when you're all done working, when you retire, is now 70?
Social Security,
No, yeah, 70 something.
I did not
I
know that.
can, they just
I
went up.
win.
Think within the last, I don't know, maybe a couple of months.
I've never heard that. Well, I don't know. I didn't hear that, but
I believe it was from 63 to 70 something.
no. Are you sure it's at
Yeah,
65 or something?
it
I,
might be 60 to 70 something.
I don't know. I'll check, but if that's the case, then that's fucking crazy too.
Well, yeah,
Um,
because look, that gives the man no rest when it comes time to, he's nothing left to him. He's worked to the bone, you know? I
yeah.
mean, that's just got to show people what we're worth to these people. Well, the government is a giant corporation.
Well, okay, but who do you think is protecting you in that situation? I mean, who's protecting? Is it Donald Trump and what he's doing, or is it the left and what they're
Donald
saying?
Trump, Donald Trump is just a puppet to keep the people in line.
The,
If you go back to the day of
no,
the
no, no. But
slavery,
but I'm saying answer that question. Which one
what's
has
that?
a which one? If you're worried about that, which side right now would protect you from that problem?
I don't think either side would.
Well, apparent. Okay, all right. That's what you're. Okay. Which side is claiming they would, and which side has actually shown anything? Is any of them? I mean, which side do you think? Because the Democrats claim and say that that's what they care about, right? And then the
Care
Republicans,
about what, the people?
no, the people in Social Security and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
I'm
the
talking, yeah, go ahead.
but the Republicans right now, I mean, no, no one believes that they give a fuck about any middle class or lower class at all. So, and I mean, except for, yeah, I don't even think people on Fox do. I think that they just know to say it. You know what I mean?
What's disturbing about that is that we have to have that separation like that.
Right.
That's the part I really don't understand is why can't we look at this together, all of us, and realize what's going on so we can fix it. But the problem is, like, once again, we're
Deep state.
brainwashed.
Yeah. It's
Well, they throw something at us to distract us just long enough for them to go do something, you know? And this is just a prime example. Here we are,
they're
trying
gaslighting
to,
us.
yeah, exactly. And we're trying to survive, and they throw us, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it's getting worse. And I hate to say it, but nothing gets better. If you
Okay.
notice, it never gets that much better.
But I don't feel gaslighted. I feel like I saw and
Well,
called
not,
all of this
yeah, not
shit
yet.
months before it happened. You know what I mean? Like,
It's not gaslighting. It is a prophecy. It's been written in many books and in many
well,
places. It's been talked about.
well, yeah, but
You know,
gaslight, you're saying that they're trying to distract us. That's gaslighting in a sense.
well, they did that a few times with a few things they've done. And, it's, once again, you got to look at it like this. We are all in this giant room, let's pretend, and there's two men up the front telling us what we have to do. And we go do it. Yeah, now just multiply that into the millions of people here, right?
Right.
But you got the same thing. We're never ever not a slave because there's a quick story here.
You're good. Good.
The master came out and all the slaves were all gathered together in front of the main house. And the master came out and he said, I have somebody that's going to come and talk to you guys about ending slavery, and he will be here very shortly. And everybody was like, oh, wow, yeah, yeah, yeah. Next day, this gentleman gets up on stage, and it's a different guy. And he says, hi, everyone. I will be your new voice or command, whatever it is. And I'm going to tell you from today on, you are no longer a slave. If you want to leave, you can leave. But mind you, if you leave, another person might come and get you, and you might be their slave.
What?
Then go ahead.
Where the hell is this going?
Well, this is good stuff. Now listen to me. This
Okay.
is
All
this
right.
is
All right.
this is real.
I'll give you. I've never.
I'm putting
What?
this.
Real or what do you mean?
This is what it is. If you can follow this, it's not that hard because so
You call me stupid?
no, not at all, not at all.
I
I'm
know.
just
I know.
saying.
I know.
So he says you can't. If you leave, you'll be somebody else's slave. Where are you? Oh my God! How the hell? Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
Sorry, dude.
Oh
Anyway,
my
hold on.
God.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh no.
Hey,
Oh my God.
hit mute, dude.
my God, I'm in a shock right now. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like,
That's what it's like, actually. It's just like, that's exactly what it's like. It's like the right side is the kid making a lie and just kind of be like, I didn't put my hand in the cookie jar. And then
right.
the left side's like, no, well, I know you did. Look, I have video proof. And then like,
So what does that remind you of? What does that remind you of?
it reminds me of
Growing
being,
up as a kid,
it reminds me of
a
being
little
that kid.
kid.
It reminds me of being the kid that wasn't with his hand in the cookie jar going, you guys are both idiots.
Yeah. Okay.
You
But
know,
when
like,
we,
why didn't you
when
just
you,
ask for a cookie? And why do you get so mad at him? He's a kid. Of course he likes cookies. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what it is. Trump likes money. Duh. And
But
fucking,
you got, that's it. You got money behind it. See, if you took the money equation out
I
of
never
all
said
this,
it. I
it would
said
be,
cookies.
I know, but I'm going to say money because it makes
Because,
everything crooked.
well, dude, that's what money does. But when we're kids, cookies was money.
Oh, no, Jesus. You let me, hey, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Tommy stole the cookie from the cookie
Right. And
jar.
that would be
No,
the
yeah,
left.
yeah,
That's the left.
yeah.
Who stole the cookie? And
There
then
you
the
go.
right's going,
Yep.
I didn't eat the cookie. Fuck the crumbs. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, that's the song right there, my friend. That's a good song right there.
yeah, no
Anyway,
shit. Yeah. That was a good analogy, really.
yep.
But anyway, what, yeah. So I got to
Okay,
stop
so
cussing.
left,
Got it.
the left and the right side, yeah, they're fighting, they're bickering, and we think the guys up, us people that are more down to earth, whatever you want to call us, the Green Party or whatever, they're going to come up and they're going to make the little hit, and it should be pretty good, if
The
we could all
Green
come
Party and
together.
the Green Party and the hit. Are you talking about smoking weed or what are we talking about?
No, no, I'm trying to say that, that good party that's between the Democrats and the Republicans, you know,
Yeah,
we can
that's
all
the
be
independent.
peacelovers,
That's the independent.
They
There's,
are the ones that give, thank you, thank you, the
but
independents.
because the Green Party
And that's going
is
to
an
come up
actual
and it
party.
could take over. But you got to remember now, go ahead.
The Green, no, go ahead. I think there's a lag
Yes,
because
it is. Yes,
yeah, there's a huge lag, dude. So
yeah.
I think you're in a bad area and whatever you're doing is very loud and it's making for bad radio. You're breathing
I'm
into
not,
your,
I'm sorry. I must, oh, okay, there we go. That better?
yeah, much.
How's that? That better?
Yeah, way better.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I think what we should focus on our main discussion here is, that one party that could come up and while these guys are bickering, those two sides, the one guy gets the cookies because, he asked and, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's like another great point, dude. Yeah, the kid that's like, I'll just ask because I'm not retarded, stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse my language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's okay. And that's what's going to happen probably,
Yeah.
is they're going to wake up.
Yeah. And you know what? And I hope to God that happens. Like, and I think that's one reason, like, people, I'm not trying to piss off Big Pharma, but people didn't realize that what's going on with Kennedy is bullshit. It was like Kennedy, he's crazy at times. You're not gonna lie. The guy's kind of insane, but
Whoa,
he,
whoa, 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 whoa. Big Pharma is a joke though. They are the biggest crooks there ever was.
right. But no, yeah, no, I get that. Well, yeah, but this dude did cut off a whale's head. So, I mean, let's just say that. But
Yeah, I think I could congratulate him.
no, anyways, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
We might be talking about something different here, buddy.
I don't know how else you could just perceive that, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, he never said that he doesn't like the fucking vaccinations, and he's never said that he's trying to like get rid of all this stuff that they're saying. Whatever doing is stupid loud, but
Oh, sorry.
is he what he did say is that there's child disease, and he's trying to handle that, and he's trying to handle the fact that big pharma is in that we're in big pharma's pocket hardcore. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
And it's a fucking problem. Dude, whatever
Yeah.
you're doing,
Yeah.
it's super loud, man.
I'm not doing anything, buddy. I'm
Hey,
not. I'm just sitting here.
hit the button. See the little speaker button that there's on it. See the dots in the lines? Hit the dots and lines and then
Okay, hold on.
hit sound monitoring. And you can hear
Hold
yourself.
on. Okay.
You see it?
I got to get there first.
All right.
Hold
Well,
on.
when you find it, you click it, you'll hear what you can sound like. So you know what you're sounding like. But
App info. Okay.
but I know what you're saying. And what I was trying to say is that that everyone's idea is all fucked up. And Kennedy was trying to come in as an independent, even though he was a Democrat. And, and, and he was just, but he knew that he was no longer just aligned with Democrats or the Republicans. And so he figured he'd go in as independent. And I was so excited about it because here's a dude that cared more about child health and big pharma. And I have a lot of friends that have overdosed and it sucks. You know what I mean? And so I was excited about it. And then Trump got him and I went, damn it. Because it put me in a
Well,
bind, you know what I mean?
yes. Trump's got Trump. You know, he's calling out all the big dogs in a way. I mean, look at Musk. Musk in the White House, just
Looks like an
that's
idiot.
unheard of.
He looks like an
Yeah,
idiot.
he really does, doesn't he?
He
Though?
looks like a trucker mixed with like he came from the Matrix.
Oh wow, that's a good call right there.
It's
But anyway,
seriously.
you know, the scary part to me of all this is that we're stuck in the middle of all this, and I don't think a lot of us know really what's going on, because if we did, we should be more scared than what we are,
Well,
because there's a lot of things happening.
yes, 100%. And even the people that do know, they're pretending like they fucking don't. And I don't
Well,
understand
they
that.
don't want to they don't want us to panic. See, they want the last dollar they can get out of us before they do whatever they're going to do with us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't know.
And that's
I think the news needs to not be the fucking, I think that we need to have whole new news crews everywhere, dude.
you can't. You know, if you try to start an independent news company, they would shut you down in a heartbeat.
Dude, one just started right next to where I'm at and it's dope. And so
But
like,
they'll filter it. They'll filter it, buddy.
no, they can't. That's freedom of press, dude. And maybe
Okay.
okay, Trump will because he doesn't care about the Constitution, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. We have a wild card in there now that he'll do whatever the hell
well,
he
then
wants.
you
He
know
doesn't
what?
care how he does it.
Then we need to play that game because you can't beat someone if you're not willing to do what you have to
That's
do.
true.
And I'm saying that like, dude, if someone comes in and they want to just fuck up shop and they think that they can take $80 million from a bank account and not get in trouble and stuff like that, it's like, all right, well then we'll play your game. Like I can't walk down to the store and rob someone and then not go straight to jail and then prove my innocence. Why the hell?
The politicians have been doing that forever.
No,
They
no,
go
no, no.
in.
No one's ever done what he did, dude. He literally reached into bank accounts.
Who did now?
Trump.
Who's bank? I didn't hear about this.
He reached into one of the banks. I can't remember which one it was. It was a major bank, and it was because they had gotten a huge fund that for feeding and housing the immigration, illegal immigrants, which is another issue. And he was like, oh no, no, no. And it was the next day before they opened. He literally reached into the account, took $80 million, and they didn't know what happened. And then someone was like, are you sure Trump didn't take it? And then they figured out it was.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what to say about any of that because I don't know how any of that works. I don't know. I don't know.
That can't be.
anything
I mean,
about it.
that's not legal, dude. They got a grant. That's reaching
I don't
into
know.
a bank account, bro.
I don't know, my friend, what is legal and what isn't anymore because nothing seems to be playing by the rules anymore.
That's my point.
This is all so weird and to me, once again, it's a distracting. They're trying to keep us distracted from what they're doing because something is going down.
No, yeah,
I'm telling you, it is.
100%. And I think that what that is a direct align with the rich ones. And I'm not a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Like, in fact, I voted for Trump, unfortunately, because I wanted Kennedy. So like, but what I'm saying
I didn't vote for any of us.
and I did it biting my nails going, this is going to backfire.
No, no.
But hey, anyway, I still like Kennedy. So yeah, but
So you based the whole election on
yep.
Not even the president, but one guy.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
The day that I saw that interview with Dr. Phil, who I don't like, but he,
why don't you like Dr. Phil? He's kind of cool.
Because he's going door to door with immigration and taking people and putting it on TV.
Well, I think, if you're here illegally, you should leave.
No.
Everybody.
No. We're not going to get into that because we're going to have different.
No, let's not going to do that today.
Yeah. But, and I agree if they're here illegally and they've done something, but generally this country was about immigration. Period. End of story. Your family wouldn't have came to Boston without that happening.
That's right.
So I don't believe it.
But they should do it the correct way. They should go and just sign in. Say, look, I want to be a resident here.
Our ancestors didn't do that. They just came here. In fact, they found it on accident.
No, you had to go through a port when you came here.
Yeah, New York. Right. Right. And that's the same thing as a border. It's the first land, so that's where the border is.
Yep, yep, yep. So,
So
yeah,
fuck that.
anyways,
But anyway,
it's crazy. It's
it,
crazy.
hey,
It's all
but
crazy.
actually, hold on. Let me make a connection to that, and I'll let you say what you're going to say about it. But the connection to that is that's the direct connection between Trump and that eugenics movement that I'm always talking about, dude. Is the eugenics movement was based on the fact that everyone from Ireland, Italy, and all these other countries were coming here at that point, and it was when there was the big boom of people, and everyone was going, oh my God, what about our jobs, and what about our women, and what about this, and what about that, and so they started figuring out ways to handle the people that were here as immigrants or that were the minority, and did something with them, and they started the whole superior race bullshit, saying that if if you watch out who you date and mate with, you can have the superior white man and blah 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 blah, and that whole movement, and that's why they euthanized and sterilized so many people in state hospitals that weren't even supposed to fucking be there. And that's the same thing Trump's doing. It's the immigration. Oh my God, they're going to affect our job. Like Trump would ever work in a fucking vineyard, dude. Come on. Let's be real. That guy would never have a job that any Mexican would have, right? And that has to come here and work their ass off. Trump would never do it. Ever.
Well,
So
I don't want to get into all that, but
sorry. I know I said I wouldn't, but
with the Mexicans and how they work and all that, it,
they're
I
the
just
fucking
think that
hardest motherfuckers.
everybody has their own opinion and their right to speak it, but what it comes
You're
down
right. You're
to
absolutely
is,
right. Unless you're
we have a law, and the law should be kept, and you
whoa, 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 whoa.
disobey the
You're
law,
cutting out
you should
whatever.
be
Hey,
held accountable.
hey,
I don't care who
I,
you are. I
I,
don't care what you've done. President to anybody. You break the law, you pay the fuck price. Yep.
no, yeah, yeah, I fully agree with you, dude. And how did he get away with 34 freaking felonies, let alone the $80 million he stole and everything else?
And look at the president came out of office and what they did.
If
They're
you're,
guilty on things too. They're all guilty. They all went to the dirty island, you know, and they
yeah.
got,
Hey, if you're moving around wherever you are that you're cutting out, I can't hear you all the
and
time.
that's,
It's like going robotic.
I haven't moved at all, my friend. I
Okay.
haven't moved.
Well, that's weird. But yeah, yeah, and that's another thing. But we probably shouldn't get into that because that shit gets deep. Because
That's a deep rabbit hole.
how the fuck, how does someone get to be president and they know that? I don't understand it.
It's because it's all been rigged. See,
No, but
we
then again,
had
I
six or
voted for
seven
him, so here
candidates.
I am. You know what I
We
mean?
had 6 or 7 candidates for president, and all of a sudden there's only two. Explain that.
Well,
Where did
that's
all those other candidates go?
because they don't.
They
They
were
get
bought out.
well, yeah. Kennedy got bought out. Basically, that's basically what happened. But that's because
What
Kennedy.
I'm saying is the other people that were running for president,
It's because
okay, something
they have
happened
to
where
have
they
a.
said, we're not going to run.
It's because they have to show.
All of a sudden they just stopped
I'm
running.
trying
I
to
don't
tell you
understand.
why, dude. It's because what they do is they have to actually have a
You're
chance.
broke. I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
They have,
Yep, you're breaking up. Breaking up, breaking up.
hold on. I hear you. But
Can't hear you.
they have to have an actual chance.
You just broke up all
They
right.
have to have an actual chance. If they don't have a chance, then they won't make it past the primaries or to the primary.
Well, I don't think it should be about money either. And a lot of it relies on money, how much money you got.
Yeah. And
I think
that's a
money,
growing, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
and I think that's what's happening this time is money got in the way of it once again. And the little guy who has a big voice, the money will shove him aside.
Well,
And that's not right.
Trump ran out of money his first campaign. He had to borrow $10 million from a country which wired it illegally. And that's what that whole thinking that's why they were investigating him, because what it was there was $10 million that he gave as a loan to his own campaign that came out of nowhere, but they couldn't prove where it came from. But he ironically had borrowed $10 million from, or there was a deal made with the Israeli president. And I think it was Israel, maybe it was Syria. I can't remember, but they were going to wire it to him. And so they were trying to prove that that's what happened. But what happened is he ran out of money. So this time, what did he do? He went out and got Musk.
Well, that's another story in itself. I mean,
But I'm saying that's his money. You're right. It's about money.
and everything that's happened lately has nothing normal at all as far as what usually happens with the government. It's all out of balance. Just, any outside country could come in right now and have probably no problem coming over and taking over because we're so disarrayed. You know that? And that scares me.
That is,
I
it's
don't
absolutely.
think
Go ahead.
You're breaking up
Oh, I said go
a
ahead.
little bit.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Well, I got nothing more to say at the moment.
Well, you said someone in the
Uh,
country coming in.
yeah. I mean, we're so disarrayed here. Okay. The people and everybody. I mean, look at this country is on drugs big time. Okay. It is a perfect time for any other country that wants us to come in and just take over with the pushovers because the people are so lost and the government is, I feel, so disconnected that it'd be a scary scenario.
But you know what though?
I feel like our pants are down.
If another country, if another country came in right now, you know what? I wonder what they would say. Would the lefts be saying, oh my God, it's the right's fault, and the rights be saying, oh my God, it's the left's fault, or would they be saying, what do we do?
Well, you hear about the drones flying around,
Yeah,
right?
that was a distraction, just like you said. I agree. But that was bullshit. That was because it was going over fucking New Jersey where Trump lives.
That was called months and months and months ago that was going to happen. But the big story is
No,
yet
but
to come because
no,
they are here and they are going to make themselves apparent soon.
no, dude, no. What that was Trump putting a bunch of shit up so that they could say, "Oh, look at Biden can't handle this. Biden can't handle this," and it's already getting his because it was right before voting. So he was
Well,
trying
but
to.
I saw those things. I
Yeah,
saw the
I've
drones.
seen him too, dude.
Right.
I've seen this drone that was so big it it scared the shit out of me. But like,
Yeah, same here, man. It was huge.
and so yeah,
Not
I'm not even gonna get into that,
made.
but I will. That's a whole episode. You know what I mean? But like, because that shit was unreal. But
Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah.
And
It
it's
is.
all, it's a
It
distraction,
scared me.
but
I'm still worried about that one.
I still don't believe Trump was shot. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't believe it. I think that
Well,
all that stuff is ratings.
he was shot. I I think he was shot, but I think one of our guys did it to make it look like,
No,
and
you can't get shot in the ear from the side and not blow your head off, dude. That's impossible.
bullshit. You have a sharpshooter, he could do it.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have missed if he was a sharpshooter.
Well, he was not. He trying to miss. He just wanted to get his ear. That's all he
No,
wanted to
you
do.
know, no, you're tripping,
You
dude.
don't think so?
No, I know so
Man,
because one, he turned his
okay.
head, and where's that scar?
Now that's weird.
I've never seen a
There
scar
is no
anywhere.
scar.
You never even had a bandage on the next day. So what the fuck?
Oh, I didn't notice any of that,
And
buddy.
and
I
a,
haven't looked that
and a
close.
bullet doesn't take off a little tiny paper cut. It takes off a chunk, if not more. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true. That's very true.
And it would burn it
So it
too.
was staged. It was staged.
Yeah.
Oh, it was staged so we get more votes. People feel
Yes.
bad for him.
It's so that exactly.
Oh, that's chicken shit.
And then when he's done, he gets up
God, that's chicken
and
shit.
when he gets up, he says, "Where's my shoes?" If I got shot at, I wouldn't care about my shoes, dude.
Fuck, I'd be out of there.
Yeah. And then he didn't hug his family or anything. Come the fuck on.
No, he just stood back up and like, yeah, let's keep
Yeah.
going.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
And then the poor son of a bitch that lost his life, the poor guy, the goddamn firefighter, the saint, he starts talking about him in an interview and he starts talking about his income.
What's this now? Wait, I'm not
Trump was
following
talking
you.
about, they asked him about the guy that lost his life and he goes, he was a nice man. He made millions. I mean, he wasn't that rich, but
You mean the man that shot him?
no, the guy that got shot that died. A firefighter died behind him from that bullet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then when Trump was asked about him, he starts talking
I
about
just lost you. I just lost you.
Then when he started talking about him, when they asked him about him, Trump started talking about
I hear you.
his income. And it was like, what? Why are we talking? And he was like, yeah,
But
he
what the
he
hell?
made
Yeah.
good money. He did make millions.
The hell's that all about?
Right. It was like, dude, and he never even said, I'm sorry or,
They're getting sloppy. They're getting sloppy, bro. They don't even care what they do anymore. They just, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. That's
right.
scary.
Exactly.
That is very scary.
It's terrifying. And I mean, who does that, dude? That's like when
The
Baldwin
United
shot
States does.
that's like when Baldwin shot that girl and they go, are you sorry? And he goes, no, I didn't do it.
Cabal. It's cabal. It's all
I
those,
don't know what that is, but,
it's the deep state.
oh yeah, well, don't say that word.
Okay.
But you're right. I mean, it's gotta be. If it's not, then it's a whole hell of a lot of naive and ignorant.
Well, or people, people are asleep. They're not paying attention. We went over this once, so we could say it again. If they could wake up and come together, we could fix all this. But they're so drawn apart through all the lies and the miscommunication and the deception and all that crap. And the biggest thing is when these people that, conspiracy means, there's something behind it. The word conspiracy was changed, like it's not real. It is real. That's why it's there.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
conspiracy is to plan and then to act. Well, actually, in order for something to be a conspiracy, you actually have to act on it. So like you can plan,
It,
we could plan a murder, and then as long as we don't make that, like go buy a hammer, you know what I mean? Then it wouldn't be murder. Then it's a conspiracy to murder. You know what I mean?
right, right. Yeah.
But and so, and I don't know. That was
What,
just an example. But you know
yeah.
what I mean? Fucking.
Okay, let's talk about this for a second. These pirates. Now, I'm sure you heard about them. They're getting on these big freighter ships and
Oh yeah, yeah.
they're doing ransom. And what people don't know is these countries, certain countries went in there, won't say who, and they took all the oil, all their resources, cleaned them out, left that place a mess, screwed them over. Okay? These are the people that have no money now that are attacking these ships because somebody went in there and,
Yeah.
well, they
What's
didn't do the right thing.
Well, no, if we're gonna do it, tell us who it is, because I mean, I like facts, dude, and I want to be able to fact
Well,
check.
the major oil companies,
No, but
Chevron,
what place are you
Exxon,
talking about?
what's that?
What area? What state? What
What,
country? What?
what country? Gosh, my friend, I don't remember offhand. It was an article I read and I did a little bit of homework on it and I found that there was a lot of truth to it because the poor people the people that lived there, the oil industry that came and took the oil, they made a mess. They killed a lot of fish because of the toxics they left behind. They didn't properly close wells. There's
Oh, I know what you're
pictures
talking
of all
about.
this.
I
It's
know
all
what
been
you're talking
documented.
about. I know what you're talking about. I've heard about this.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So now these people have nothing because these oil companies came in and did what they did. They didn't even give them the money that they promised them, but they left them a shithole.
Well,
Okay.
then that
Now these guys are
well,
mad and I don't blame them.
right. Well, yeah, but okay,
You know,
okay, 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 and that right there, right? That is what you call bad publicity for America, correct?
I sure wouldn't think it's good publicity.
Okay, well then how come the programs like USA Aid, which are supposed to be good publicity for America by helping people do what they need to do in their countries, why would you get rid of that if you're also doing shit like that? You know what I mean?
Nothing's what it appears to be anymore,
Because
my
you
friend.
can't make money from nonprofits and you can't make, well, you can, but it's not, only like the head, and you have to be directed and allowed to make money off of it, right? You have to vote on it, like at least if it's done right. But like these organizations that help, they don't make money really. And so if sometimes at all. And so that's the problem, is that one side is like, fuck that, you can't make money. And the other side's like, yeah, but it's right. But then they also kind of maybe do it the wrong way. And so is it right? You know what I mean? And it's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, once again, you need somebody to see all this stuff. And
Well,
that's
he
another thing that's
fired all
happened. All the
17
good,
people that do that.
well, because maybe they weren't doing their job. I don't know.
Or, yeah,
You know, we,
or, yeah, maybe.
he did say when he was going to go in there, those who weren't doing their job correctly, he was going to fire them. He might just be doing what he said he was going to
Well,
do.
one guy he fired was the chief of the head of the military or whatever, the chief, God damn.
And maybe he was doing something that we don't know about that wasn't copacetic.
No,
We don't know.
Trump's the one that put him in office.
Okay. And then he fired him.
And he's done
Okay.
that multiple times. Anytime they disagree with him, bam, they're gone.
Well,
And that's called totalitarian, dude.
yes. And, not to change the subject, but the Bible talks about the Antichrist, the last guy who stands, and we all fall for him. This could be the man. We'll see.
Well,
But anyways,
yeah, maybe. Fuck that. I didn't fall for him.
how can anybody get that much power though? How can a president have that much power? It shocks me because they're afraid of him.
people
They're
are
afraid of him.
people are gullible, dude. And if you have money, which is huge in this world, unfortunately, if you have money,
It's just a problem.
and you're given a little bit of power and you say whatever you want and you stick to it, people believe it, man.
Yep, that's true. And that's
Look
that.
at Hitler.
Well, and Hitler did that. He knew what he was doing, but he also didn't know what he was doing. He
What?
kind of went along with it as he did it. You
Hey,
follow me?
Hitler got his whole idea from America, right?
I'm sure he did.
No, he did, from Henry fucking Ford.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he had a poster of him behind his desk in his office.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
So what, see, there's another sign that something's not right. If you look, whoever wrote this script, they left a lot of clues for us to go along and pick up. Now, what we do with the clues, that's a different question.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Well, I know. And it would be nice if we could get some more people that we could,
Oh, dude, this video will be played. I'm going to share it everywhere on earth, dude. And not only that, or this recording, but trust me, just in due time.
I think people have a lot of love in their hearts still. I think there's a lot of care out there. I feel that if people could get together once again, like the old days, and have a block party or something, it's like, not too, if there's a fire down your street, you run down there and you see, oh, what's going on, right? And you get to know who's in the neighborhood. Because back in my day, we all knew our neighbors.
Yes,
But now we're all
absolutely.
separated. Now we're all separated. So it takes a fire for us to find out who's in the neighborhood. And then that's just how far apart we have become.
Oh my God, I can't believe you
Just,
just said that, dude.
it's just a small portion of the discommunicating towards each
The
other. The
communication, yeah.
phone is separated. So
Yeah.
the phone is the worst thing. They say, oh,
Dude,
we'll just call and say hi, but the phone is a distraction from me coming and seeing your face and shaking your hand and sitting down with you.
yeah,
That phone takes all that away. And it's a shame because you don't have no feelings when you're on the phone. You're not a part of something. You're not out, it's so fake that I believe it is a mark of the beast itself. I think it's the thing that is talked about that we will all have, and we all have. When I see kids 7 years old, 6 years old have cell phones, my God, what is good? I can't believe it.
yeah,
So to me, that's all around the world. That is the beast right there. Is the cell phone.
and
It's a
and
killer. It's not good.
I
Good.
agree. I agree with you. I mean, I do. I think that the technology in itself is damning, but unfortunately, it's the world we live in, and we have to adapt. And so, because
Well, it's
there's
gonna.
no way that we're going to be able to stop it. But I wanted to say something. What you said is
Yeah,
crazy to me because my American politics teacher or political government teacher told me in class he was like let me give you an example. And he said it back in the day in 1770, let's say, you know what I mean, when they got here or whatever, and before we became a country. He said if you had a house and all of a sudden you had someone build a house next to you or a hut or whatever the hell it was, and he said and there was a fire in your house and someone saw it, they would come over and they would help you. And together you guys would have to put that fire out, which meant you have to know your
that's right.
neighbors. You have to know your
That's right.
neighbors. And then he
Yes,
goes, and then there was this and that, and it's a cell phone and yada yada. And he goes, in the cell phone, now you don't need to know your neighbors because you call 911. And he goes, and that right there, that is called that's called a public service. And that's given to you by the government. And he goes, so government can also put a wedge. And I was like, wow, that's a good point. And so,
and it does all the time. The government it is what's keeping us separated. The government is distracting us, keeping us separated through sexuality, through abortion. This is all distractions, part of the game that they're playing to keep in where they want us. They don't want us thinking outside the box because that's dangerous.
right. Yeah. That's like if you know too much at work, you get fired. And so,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I've heard that my whole life growing up, dude. As a mechanic, it was everywhere. It was like, oh, I don't know, man. It's not my job. I don't know, man. I don't know, and it's like, wow, you guys are all scared. But you know what? I sure as shit ran into
You
trouble.
should be.
I ran into troubles all the time because I was like, I want to know why that is. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm not
You
accepting
can't be
because
nosy.
I
You
don't
can't
want,
be nosy.
I don't know about you, but when if a parent ever told me because I said so, I was like, no, fuck that. That ain't good enough for me.
Oh my God. Don't even go there. You know
It,
what? That is the worst thing to do to a child. He'll never
it
learn
is.
anything. He will
It,
grow up to. It's so bad. It's like we lie to him right off the bat. There's a Santa Claus that comes down the chimney. Okay. You're lying to your child right off the
oh, I
bat.
purposefully
All these
don't,
little
I
lies.
don't celebrate, I don't celebrate Christmas. My daughter hates me for it, but because I was like, I'm not lying to her.
Well,
I'm
the
not
fact
lying to her.
that Jesus, the Bible part, okay, but the fact that they're saying some man comes and gives gifts and goes down the chimney is BS.
Yeah.
To
Well,
teach that to
duh.
your child at any age is no good, I
No,
think.
they do that because they're selling you shit.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. See, once again, we are the slaves. They
No,
want
no,
to
no,
keep
no,
us
no, no, no,
happy.
no, no, no. I don't do that. I make my daughter give away 5 gifts to get one.
Okay. Okay.
So no, I ain't playing that game. You know what I mean? I hate
Okay.
material.
But you put yourself in your daughter's shoes and see
Oh,
how she
I'm
might.
sure it sucks, you know, and but you know what? She has another side of her family that's very well off, and I'm sure she gets taken great care of in that situation. But she gets every inch of love she needs from me on earth. You know what I mean? So like, but
I'm sure she does.
I
I'm
don't
not
care. I
questioning
don't
that.
care about
I
material, is
just,
what I'm saying. Anyway, let's get back on track.
right. I understand that. Yeah.
I can hear
Which
that.
is
Whatever
good.
I can hear
And
that.
cause,
I
and
can
that,
hear that. Whatever that is, I can hear it. And then
I don't
so
know what it is you can hear.
the TV or there you go. And then
Oh, there you go. Sorry about that, buddy.
well,
So yeah,
anyway,
it's okay. Yeah, kids, it's a whole different world for the kids these days. I mean, they have a lot more to deal with, you know, and I don't blame them in a way to stay in the house and play video games because it's kind of frightening
anyway, I
out
think
here.
we're getting off track. I didn't want to get
Okay.
into this. So, but
Okay. Sorry about that.
let's call it a good right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Sounds
do it.
good.
Thank you, man. That was awesome.
All right.
I
That was
appreciate you
very
calling in.
good
Hey,
talking to you.
like the show or hit the hearts if you could, bro. I appreciate
Okay.